You are going to love this. You are going to love this.
I cannot believe I've never told you.
I can't believe you've never heard this. This is
go.
amazing.
This is great. Let's go.
This is amazing.
Rick has told me this at least twice.
Dog, this is amazing.
What up, what up? Welcome back. Wow. Episode 10.
We're putting up some numbers on the YouTubes.
Yo, can I say this before we even get started, yo? Is it okay to say I missed you guys, yo?
Yeah!
It's been a while,
of course.
Man.
Hey, producer Don Daps. Hey,
bro.
family's back together.
Hey, man, the gang's back.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah, man, I missed you.
2 weeks sucks. Like, every time we've done 2 weeks, it's like, I say to him,
2 weeks,
I say to him every time, like, dude, so much stuff has happened, and now we gotta get back in this room.
Talk about this.
So, we also hit, since the last time we seen you, we went to the McDonald's All-American game.
Man, I was having love.
The practices were interesting.
Okay.
I've been to several McDonald's All-American games. When they moved it to Chicago, I stopped going because we have someone in Chicago with Ball is Life. So the last one I was at was when they had it at Ohio State, Reggie Bullock's senior year.
Okay.
I've never in my life seen as many NBA people at those practices. And obviously Zion's there, and you know it is what it is. But there was more. They cracked down on media with the McDonald's game. 70% down from where it usually is at. There were more NBA scouts than media members.
Wow.
Which was pretty impressive to see. So, I mean, obviously, like, the games were on. I don't understand this exactly, but they always have a secret scrimmage.
Yeah.
Where it's basically they play each other.
It's on TV now, though.
And now it's on TV.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. They were like the secret scrimmage, and I'm like, yo, I'm watching it right now.
It's the game.
Yeah.
And it's on TV. Even if it was like streaming, maybe that's more understandable, but like, the Zion Williamson effect is real.
It is very real.
Because that's exactly why they did it.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why they did so many dunks in the dunk contest this year?
Because I am.
Just trying to feed off that energy.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch, and the takeaways me and Donnie kind of had it from the games. Kobe White, from a small school. His buckets are big.
Loud buckets.
Right.
Kobe gets loud buckets.
Right.
Bro.
And there was no fall off.
Yeah.
Like him competing in those situations.
Yeah.
And I don't really necessarily care about the game because the game is a show.
Right.
The practices, they were in there to prove a point.
Right.
And it was fun to watch. Nasir Little, I've never seen in person before.
Yeah.
And Carolina got themselves a dog.
Good God.
Between him and, like, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they announced this week, randomly, they're cousins. I don't know where.
I think they're pulling people's legs, but but that's how black people. That's what we do in black culture.
Do you think they're pulling people's legs, or do you think they're distant relatives and they're just, we're cousins?
They're not related because both of them laughed at. They laughed at it.
Well, when they said it, Donnie announced that me and him are cousins.
Yeah, all right, bro. Brothers.
Distant cousins. I mean, we're just cousins at this point.
Yeah, we're all cousins.
Either way, whether they're real cousins or they feel like they want to tell people they're cousins, that's going to be a close-knit relationship, and that's going to be a lot of buckets.
Yo.
Who goes first to the league? Nasir Little or Kobe White?
That's a tough question.
Because you've already said on here, you think Kobe's going earlier than most people would think.
I think Kobe's 2 and done. I would say the series maybe 1, maybe 2. I would say
because of the way
2.
Carolina looks next year, they're both going to have an opportunity to kind of show
exactly.
themselves.
So, the series going to be more on the wing. Kobe's going to be at the point, loft the ball some too as well. But,
What did you think about Zion Williamson's physique watching it from TV at home?
Yo, like he's a freak of nature, bro. Like I saw your posters. Like, does he lift weights? Does he lift weights?
He is definitely lifting weights now. But even like seeing his jersey on, he still looks a little big.
Yeah. And
then he even said he looked at his shirt up at one point, and it's like, unfortunately for everyone else, that bigness is not.
It's not there.
Weight. It is straight.
Right.
Rock
See, that's
solid.
what people think about him. People say, "Oh, he's chubby." I'm like, "Yo, bro, he's not. He used to be chubby."
And then his base
chiseled up.
His
since
base
the end
is
of the
just
senior
crazy
year.
big. It's insane.
Yep.
And he is not as tall as because I've been around him before, but this time we were literally baseline with him. They're walking around. He's not as tall as
him and RJ Barrett the same height.
What's
in
that?
my opinion?
6'6", 6'5", maybe
6'6", 6'7".
Yeah. To me, he's maybe a little bit taller than Raleigh.
That's crazy, bro.
Because isn't Raleigh like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah.
See, I mean, he's a little bit taller than that to me.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise to me, and we saw an article written about it, Devon Dotson was considered one of the last guys in, and biased opinion, but I didn't say this. This was coming from someone else who's not a North Carolina person. Devon Dotson was the best point guard in the game.
Yo,
in the game, in the practices, the whole week. He was the best point guard.
Man, I'm telling you, like he's just gonna pick off what Devontae left off at Kansas. Man, it's just like just that strong downhill point guard that can make shots and get people involved. Like that class they got him, Quentin Grimes, and
Kobe and Devon will be at the Ball is Life All-American game.
Hey.
So we're gonna have an opportunity to do a bunch of dope content with them and kind of learn more about who they are and what they're all about, how they're wired. Because both of them are special and they're both special in different
their own
ways.
individual, right? Yeah. And that's the point I've always tried to make about those two. When people always say who's better, I can't give you an answer there because I feel like they're both great in their own individual ways.
1A, 1B.
Right. Exactly.
So the McDonald's game stuff was fun. It was fun to kind of get back to it. Instead of the Flourish report this week, we're actually going to do a little bit of a look ahead, just so we have an opportunity to tell people we knew before we knew.
We called it. We called it earlier.
Who are going to be? We're going to pick. You pick one. I pick one. Who are going to be the blow up players of this summer?
I'm going to go Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Yo.
And we're going to have to give producer Dom full shouts out for this one. He showed both of us this kid, and we have got to get this kid to y'all for the holiday invitation.
Unbelievable, yeah. Like
East Bay and games between the legs, nothing. Like it's nothing.
He has everything. He has a J. He's got handles. He gets to the rim. Does what he wants. Like this kid, bro.
Talk about a dog.
Yeah, like for real.
He's gonna be someone that Ball is Life has heavy coverage of during the season. He's playing. Did we find out he's playing with Adidas?
We've heard.
We've heard. Sources say Adidas.
Y'all sources pretty. Y'all already got pretty good sources. So
between me and him, usually.
Yeah.
But he's just one of those kids in one of those situations where I think we're not the only people who understand this kid's next up, and so I imagine there's a bunch of scrambling for trying to lock him in moving forward.
Bags being thrown.
So this kid's already got hype for me, who I pick. I'm just interested to see at this point now where he's at, the path. Where he goes, how he goes, and my player, who I'm watching this summer, is Julian Newman.
Okay.
Obviously, he already has clout online. Yeah. Kids care. They either love to hate him or
there's no in-between with him.
Right, you either love or you hate him.
Right.
Which is exactly why we had him at the Holiday Invitational.
Right.
Because, again, as an event, I don't care if you love him or hate him, because you hate him enough to show up and watch him.
Right.
And yell at him when he's not even playing.
Right, exactly.
And from what I can tell from him and his dad, they like that. Yeah. They feed into that. That drives them. And so
he embraces it.
As they lean more into that, and summer ball is kind of tough to run from people. And from what we've heard, again, from sources, they're in the process of trying to join up on one of the major shoe circuits.
I think I heard, what, each one teach one?
No, they're going to do their own thing.
Well, that too, yeah.
Oh.
One of two possibilities.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to say that each one teach one thing, but I think where he's aiming for is for them to have their own team. Build around Julian and have one of the shoe circuits behind them. I imagine every shoe circuit will try. To start off with, they should go Under Armour. Just from a standpoint of Under Armour will probably they've had players like that before.
Right.
They probably understand how to navigate.
Right.
And also you're not going to get beat up as much as you are on Nike or Adidas. Even if Adidas is down this year, it's still, across the board, solid.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested to see how he handles everything, because at a certain point, his hype is going to reach a point to where if the skill doesn't continue to develop, it's going to fall off.
Right.
And some of it's out of his hands. If he stays that same size,
you can't control
defense is a problem. And after watching him this year, all I want to see him do is be more consistent.
Yeah.
A little bit smarter with your shot selection.
More efficient.
But I don't have a problem with a kid that can score the ball when he's feeling himself.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
But at the holiday tournament, you saw he got rattled and he felt like it was on his shoulders to bring him back, and it's easy to get out of your zone.
He had a little CP3 Julius Hodge moment.
There's video of that. I guess if it's already been on the internet, it's not.
Yeah,
really. He has twitching problems. So
quick
he just hit him with the. He said,
So I will say this about like young child phenoms. I remember kids like a kid like Julian, a kid like Damon Hard, Justin, Jennifer, Jay Sean Augusto. These kids are going to have good college careers, but I just feel like the hype that came along with it. I mean, it's just sometimes it just didn't help kids. Like even like a kid like Mickey Mitchell. You remember Mickey when he was when he was young? I mean, he was.
Our guy Brad was involved with the Texas Titans during his time, so he was like heavily involved with that kid.
So,
he said the whole time, even when he was in high school, he said he should stick to football.
Yeah,
and it wasn't because he's not good at basketball. It's just his future looked a little bit stronger.
Yeah, football. Yeah, because on that team, he played with Oubre, he played with DJ Hogg, all those guys, Tyler Davis, all those guys played in Houston Select, man. So, but being a child star, I just think it just puts unfair pressure on kids sometimes, man. Adults feel like these kids should be bigger and better than who they are.
I said right away when that Damon Harge video came out way back when as the next John Wall, like that's just not. I get it. I understand why you did that, but like we've talked about it before. That's one of those situations where if I was going to do something like that, I'd probably holler at the parents and be like, "Hey, are we good with this? Because this is going to bring a whole nother level of stuff."
Yeah, I wouldn't want that, but yeah.
Speaking of hype, and the hype machines behind the hype, LiAngelo Ball,
the ultimate hype machine.
LiAngelo Ball. Wait, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
That's
LiAngelo
right.
Ball dropped 72 points in his final game overseas.
Sheesh.
And he officially has entered the 2018 NBA draft. I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
1, does he get drafted?
No, next question.
2, if he does make a G League roster, does he score more than 25 points in a game? And we're talking about the G League.
So, no to my first question. Hell no to my first question.
Okay.
And there's nothing against him. He's just
not even in the second round.
He's not an NBA player. No.
He's definitely, I don't want to say definitely not. I don't see how he's an NBA player in any way.
Right.
Personally.
Right.
You don't think a team will even just take him in the second round?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
Man, I don't either.
No. But.
Not even for marketing.
No.
Not even the Sixers.
No.
Not even. Yeah, you're right. There's just there's no way, yo. Nothing that makes sense.
No, like, first of all.
Who's he gonna guard?
Exactly. Like, you can't be a 6'4" post guy to shoot threes. Like.
You think he's like, if he played defense in the NBA, do you think he'd be good for like 3 trips back and forth and then it's a wrap?
Yeah, I won't give him 3. And I'm not taking shots at that. It's just
like we've said before, like I think he's got a successful future.
Right.
Not playing basketball.
Right.
But you don't know till you try.
Yo, just be the middle brother, the cool ass middle brother with all the tats and do all the fun shit that they can't do.
We should do something for charity if he gets drafted. If we're wrong and he ends up getting drafted,
I'll give $100 or whatever charity.
Same.
We're on camera. You see us saying this?
Same. I'm with that.
$100, but
and we'll Snapchat or record our reactions to him because I literally will be shit faced.
Right. Facts. But
oh my god, that would be. Does he go? Third question: does he go to the draft?
Of course they go to the draft. Yeah, of course they're gonna go to the draft. They're
not gonna get invited to the green room though.
Exactly. No.
Oh man, that's gonna be super interesting. Oh, did you?
I did.
We'll edit that out. All good.
Because I said F no, but so I got riled up here. Yeah, so I'm sorry. But no, to the second question, will he get to the G League and score 25 points? Yeah, because they play absolutely no defense.
No defense.
In the G League, bro. Like,
how long will he stay in the G League?
Shit, probably like a 10, 12-year veteran. Like, long as they allow it, right?
See, I think he'll get tired of that. Yeah. After a year, if he even makes it through a whole year.
Well, his dad won't let him go through it all.
And then I imagine with everything they got going on, I can't see him going back overseas.
Yeah, because, I mean, Melo's got, another 2 years over there? So, I mean...
2 years or something.
2 years.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I imagine if you ask LeVar, by that time, they'll be playing in the big baller league out over here.
I think so.
You know, with Kobe and all the other top high school phenom players.
Breaking news. We just announced some breaking news here on the New South.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh, man. No, that's interesting to me. I obviously everyone saw it coming, but this is going to be one of those things that Notre Dame's LeVar can't talk into existence.
Yeah, nah, you can't control the NBA, dog.
And if he goes to if the Lakers draft him, we're done. This is done. We're shutting down. Everything is finished.
I'll never watch basketball again.
Yeah, ball is not life anymore.
No, it's not. No.
Shift to our kind of expand on the next players to blow up. I wanted to talk about a couple North Carolina kids to watch for this summer.
Okay.
The guy that I listed was a kid we saw him, we didn't see him, but we watched footage of him at the underclassmen game at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And that's Jaden Springer, who plays at Rocky River just outside of Charlotte.
Right.
when I first heard about him, I heard D Rose type talk. I've personally never seen that type of game from him, but he is progressively getting better and better and better. Yeah. And someone who this AAU season into next season should become a national conversation kind of guy.
Who does he play for?
AAU-wise?
Yeah. B. Mays Elite on Under Armour.
Oh, that's
Bobby
funny.
Mays.
Bobby Mays played in Tennessee. That's he dated Kate Michelle too.
He'll be on the Under Armour circuit, which again, like probably a good breakout situation for a player like him.
Yeah.
To go in and really make an impact as one of the top scorers or top assist guys or whatever the case may be in that league. The guy you went with is more of a slam dunk, literally and figuratively.
Baby Westbrook.
Yeah, that's Jalen LeCue.
Man. Yeah.
Who we were worried about for a little while was going to go to college a little bit early.
Yeah. I'm glad he changed his mind and stayed around for another year. So
I imagine they reloaded Christ School.
Every year, right?
He plays for a New York team, AAU.
Reds.
Is that Under Armour too?
That's Nike.
That's EYBL.
Oh, that's right. They
went Nike the after
big business.
Yeah,
that's right.
Very big business.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, both those guys, I imagine, we'll definitely be seeing them and covering them and have highlights of them throughout the summer. But both of those guys are people we're hoping to see at the Holiday Invitational.
Yeah. Did you see the clip of LeCue when he went by the kid and laid it up like all this shit was over the rim? Like,
why not just put your whole elbow in the joint? Yeah. We're going to close this episode out with a little bit of news.
Yes.
That has been announced on Twitter for people who really, really rock with us heavy.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the people?
So, man, I'm fortunate enough, man. Shout out to good folks, Ballers Life. I am actually headed to the Ballers Life All-American game this year in California.
Big time?
So, like, for real, man, like, when we started this 4 months ago, I had never envisioned that this would be one of the, something that comes from it. So I do appreciate both of you, man,
it wouldn't be happening if that's not your personality. It's going to be amazing to put Rod in the middle of all these special kids and unique individuals and it's not that there's a gap from the Ball is Life people and the kids, but we look at things differently because it's a business and it's a brand and we're protecting them and we're trying to do all these things.
Right.
So a lot of times, it's hard to connect the fan with the player.
Right.
And you're not a fan, but you are more familiar with kind of the online conversation. And we want that to transition into the content. So it's going to be hilarious, and he hasn't seen his Airbnb yet, but it's dope. He's going to get a nice little vacation. You're finally going to get all that gear you've been asking about, so that'll be solid.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they're going to give you a booth. Rod's going to have his own separate little booth where we're going to be creating content and doing all that stuff. I'll probably be behind the camera most of the time because they'll have Donnie doing... Donnie's the best cameraman we got, so Donnie will have to be, in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I said that.
Well, they'll see it too.
No, they won't. We're deep in this episode, dog. Dang.
True.
But Rod's gonna be meeting us out there. We're gonna do a lot of really cool stuff, and we're hoping that we've been progressively building in a way that's surprising to me, but. I think that game and putting you with those guys, I think there's going to be an opportunity for us to kind of take the turn and really start to put up some big numbers.
That's what's up.
The bigger the numbers, the more likely it is we keep doing this.
Right.
We're going to close this episode since I think we've talked a fair amount. We've both dropped multiple F-bombs today.
On Easter Sunday, bro.
Right.
I went to church this morning.
Right. Yeah, man.
I went to church this morning.
You did. You should go back. You need to go back.
Yeah,
just say a prayer tonight. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I go to church sometimes. I just want to see people dance when they get the Holy Spirit. I want to see somebody Miller Rock in church. Bro.
I would like to see swag surfing happening in church just so you can.
Okay, and this is the end of episode 10, guys. We thank you. We love you guys. Appreciate everything, yo. We're out, bro. The New South, yo. Peace.
Perfect way to end it.